Good afternoon to everyone and welcome to our webinar. Regulations are changing and silver is under the spotlight. Are you ready? Over the past week, we received several questions from our clients about this new regulation. That's why we decided to step in and create this webinar to give you a clear answer and practical guidelines right when you need it. Today, we want to talk about something really important for anyone working with silver. The recent regulation change and what they could mean, mainly for the European market, but potentially worldwide too. My name is Jenny Tovo, Health and Safety Manager at ProGold, and with me today is Valentina Bizzotto, our Total Quality Manager.
Together, we form the Quality, Health and Safety Environmental team, and we are here to help you understand what's changing and how to manage it with clarity and confidence. Before we start, please note that we will answer to all your questions at the end of the webinar. However, if you want, you can already write down your question in the comments, and we will collect them as we go along. For those who are not familiar with ProGold, we are an Italian company founded in 1997. We supply clients from all over the world through our network of 14 dealers, and we offer a full portfolio of solutions: alloys and master alloys, soldering product, and service bureau for direct pre-issue metal 3D printing. Our commitment to responsible production is supported by a wide range of certification, including RGC, COP, and COC, along with several quality, environmental, and social responsibility standards. Let me make an important clarification before we dive into the topic. The regulation we are discussing today applies exclusively to business relationship, not to business to consumer. This distinction is essential. So why ProGold is organizing this webinar? We're organizing this webinar because the aim is to support our customer 100%, even though this may not fall directly within our core role. We felt it was important to step in and offer you help in this way too. Today's webinar will follow a simple practical structure. First, a brief overview of how silver is being classified so far and what's about to change in terms of safety data sheet. Then Jenny will briefly explain us why silver is still considered safe for final consumer and what studies support this. Lastly, Jenny will guide us through the concrete action you can take to manage the risk in our workplace and comply with the new requirements. To fully understand the change ahead, we need to introduce a few key concepts. ECHA is the European Chemical Agency, the body responsible for enforcing chemical legislation. The main regulatory framework is REACH, which governs registration, evaluation, authorization, and restriction for chemicals. Another important mechanism is CLH process, used to propose and harmonize hazard classification across the European Union. With this in mind, we prepare a brief overview of silver classification timeline. Back in September 2020, CHEMI, the Swedish chemical agency, submitted a proposal to classify silver as hazardous. After almost 2 years of technical evaluation, ECHA passed the result to the European Commission, and the European Precious Metal Federation stepped in to defend industry position, not only jewelry, but also sectors like pharmaceutical and aerospace. This is why it's specifically important at this stage only neutral and non-industry entities were allowed to comment. The outcome of this long process arrived in September 14, 2024, when Caracal Committee, a group of select experts, published this 22nd ATP. The comment was update the harmonized classification and labeling rules. It's important to pay close attention here. This new classification became already mandatory in 2025 for new products launched, and only in 2026 for those already on the market. Here is the key point. The European Chemical Agency indicated all the forms of silver are impacted. making distinction between solid, powder, and nanoform. Solid silver is being classified as hazardous for reproduction and for specific target organ toxicity, while powder silver adds additional environmental risk. Specifically, the threshold for the SDS are 3% for the H361F code that indicate the suspected damaging of fertility, and above 10% for H373, so the substance may cause damage to organs through prolonged and repeated exposure. This is naturally raised concern, especially in sectors like ours, about the perception of silver and its safety. So Jenny, what does it mean all in practice?
Final product containing silver remains safe for the consumers as long as they are not used in cooking.
So is silver really dangerous for consumer today?
No, and to support this, the European Precious Metal Federation conducted a risk assessment based on real-life uses, release data, and exposure that defined are clear. No significant risk for the final consumers. With this context in mind, let's move to what really matters, what we need to do. Now, when it comes in a work safety place, there are a measure you can adapt to minimize the exposure risk during the manufacturing. These include a good ventilation system, limiting exposure time and direct contact, proper hygiene and safe handling procedures. Use a personal protective equipment where necessary, ongoing training, monitoring, and even occupational health surveillance.
Who is responsible for making sure that company complies?
This task involves not only in the health, safety, and environmental manager, but also in environmental consultant, occupational physician, and laboratory analysis too. We know this change can feel overwhelming. Let's make the point. New classification for silver is now official. All physical forms of silver are affected. The final product remains safe for the consumers, and the safety data sheet and workplace must be safety for the consumers. That's why we decide to put this webinar together to help you to navigate the regulation, stay compliant, and above all, keep your customers safe. We hope this webinar will be useful and practical for you. Well, now take a 2 minutes break before moving to the question. And remember, we are always here to support you behind today's session.
It was 1997 when a dream came to life in Vicenza, to combine passion and science to redefine excellence in the jewelry world. This is how ProGold was born, a company built on solid foundations: passion, innovation, and the desire to leave a mark on the world. From the first patent for master alloys to the revolutionary launch of SLM technology for precious powders, we have always looked forward. Ours is a story of vision and courage. Additive manufacturing is not just the future of jewelry, it's a revolution. And we are proud to be pioneers of this transformation. Research is the beating heart of ProGold, the driving force that pushes us to go beyond every limit. Over the years, we have made our contributions in places where innovation is created and shared. From our first research projects presented at international conferences to the most recent studies on artificial intelligence, we have always strived to push the boundaries of knowledge. Today, we are proud to be the organizers of the Vicenza Symposium, a key event for industry leaders that celebrates excellence and innovation. We were born in Vicenza, but today we embrace the world. From our international debut in Spain, Poland, and Turkey, to entering markets in Mexico, Thailand, Brazil, India, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, the UAE, and China, we have built a global network of excellence that now spans all 5 continents. Our distributors are ambassadors of our values and quality. Through them, we bring our innovation, style, and vision to every corner of the world, adapting with care to the needs of each market and culture. For us, innovation means respecting the planet. Reducing CO2 emissions, sustainable packaging, and the exclusive use of 100% recycled metals are concrete steps we take every day towards a better tomorrow. From 1997 to today, our mission has never changed: to transform precious metals into value. Value for our clients, the industry, and the world. Our journey continues with the same passion that has brought us here and the drive to always look beyond the horizon. ProGold, where passions melt.
Welcome back. So thank you for the question arrived today.
Start with the first.
Yes, we can start with the first.
A partner company recently reached out to check whether they should update their safety data sheet or technical documentation. What do you think?
So the technical data sheet and all the document concerning silver has only to be updated to company like us, so a company that do alloys containing silver, and company that sell in the market the metal itself, so the pure silver. They have to check the ATP 22nd, as we told before, and they can find all just the hazard that they have to put into the STS. So.
They have to check and change the safety data sheet for the new product in 2025 and for the old product in 2026.
Yes, true, because the regulation start at the end of 2024, so right now is only voluntary for the products that are already in the market, and then will be mandatory next year. So we have to check next year is the SDS are updated.
Okay. The second one. During a call, a customer brought up concern about whether export or certification requirement will be affected. No.
No. There is nothing about this type of concern is not true. If a company sell here in Europe, they have to update the STS, but a company that sell in the other markets, they are not concerned about this regulation. So it's only if you sell in Europe.
Okay. Another one. So technically, it's more concerned at the workplace rather than and the jewelry user, right?
Yes.
Yes, of course. As we told before, it's only for the people who use silver in a workplace. And because the European precious metal do a lot of tests to respond about this question, and they decide it's only for the people use silver in the workplace to manufacturing.
One of my clients asked if they need to change the labeling of their products.
It depends with the product. It's not for CLP regulation, but if you sell a product, you have to put the hazard on your labeling. And if silver is a new hazard, you have to put this.
Yes, it's according to the STS. So what is written in STS has to be also in the label.
If I understand well, the silver is still safe for customer, but there are some information that we have to communicate to them. Is safe for the final customer, who put jewelry. But if you work with silver, you have to increase a lot of rules in your manufacturing, I think. But if you need some more information, you can test or put your email and we respond more
detailed. Is only the problem basically is when you during the production maybe some fume or some dust could be enter in contact with the people. So it's only about that. When someone wear a jewelry, there is no problem about that. So.
I think there is a lot of question, but maybe it's too long or specific for your industry. If you want to put your email, we can respond for everybody
Yes.
in the few hours or in a week, because we can see all the question.
Yes.
Is it okay?
So you can write to our agent and we will back soon with the question and the answer to the question.
Maybe some of our sales manager and sales project manager can visit your industry and help you for
With
the
this-
best.
With this problem, yes, with this solution.
Thank you, everybody, and see you in the next webinar.
Yes. Bye.